Don't you worry, the clip's about to begin, but don't forget to subscribe. Or else. Don't make me turn this website around.
Hey, am I on?
You're on. Nick in Ohio. Welcome to the show. You had a question for Andrew and myself.
Yeah. I just wanted to, first of all, I just want to say, I know you guys don't got a lot of time, but I just want to say, big fan of you, Matt, and Andrew. I think you're a great guy, but, I mean, it depends. Okay, that was my joke that I've been trying to come up with for, like, the past hour. Anyways.
So you spent an hour to come up with, I think you're a great guy, but it depends. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I don't know what it says in the call screen thing, but
something about
I'm
your
an
aunt
atheist.
wanting you to meet a pastor.
She, I have conversations with her. She's, we have these kind of conversations and stuff, and she's open to it and everything. But like the last time we talked, she said something like, she was like, well, it's good that you're questioning because it's bringing you closer to the truth. And I pretty much told her, like, I'm not questioning it's not like I'm questioning, like, oh, does God you know what I mean? Like, she made it seem like I was searching for God more than I was trying to get her to open her mind to just what my views on it. And so she said, I should come and talk to a pastor at her church, which I'm Southern Baptist, or I was raised Southern Baptist, and I was just wondering what your thoughts were, like, on, like, because I don't want to be rude, and I don't want to, like, go in there like just trying to full on debate this guy or anything. But if I did go and talk to the pastor, like, what I should say, you know what I mean, because I guess he wants to have a conversation
what's
about
the goal?
it, you know what I mean?
What's the goal?
That's a good question. I'll be honest. I mean, it's hard to come up with, because I've called the atheist experience and talk heathen and stuff, and I pretty much agree with everything that you guys talk about. So it's hard to get put through to calls. This is my first time. I've listened to you guys for like 2 years, but I guess the goal is just to really get my point of view out there, and but at the same time, I don't want to seem rude to anybody in the church or the pastor or anything like that.
I mean, I don't think you owe this guy anything. I don't see. I mean, so I guess, is this something that you want to do? Like, you want to meet with this pastor and try to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel obligated or anything like, I don't want to do it, but my aunt's telling me to. It's, I mean, because I like talking about it, and I like, having them, like, challenging their views and stuff like that. But I don't want to seem like a dick when I'm doing it either, you know what I mean? But I mean, if he's inviting me to do it, then, I just wanted a little bit of advice, like, on what to say to him, really. Like, should I go in there and just?
I mean, I'll say definitely don't be a dick. That would be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think your instinct on that is correct. Yeah. I mean, beyond that, I when we were talking with Sean at the beginning, like, I think going in there and being a happy, polite atheist can have a big impact. But it's hard. I mean, maybe Matt has a better idea. It's hard to offer advice on a conversation without knowing what it's going to be.
I'm looking at it like, okay, that's the reason I asked the first question. What's the goal? Because if your goal is to try to out debate or change a pastor's mind, I think now you're wasting your time. Especially if they're under the impression that you're coming, if they're under the impression that you're coming in there because you're a genuine spiritual seeker. If I was a pastor and every one of my parishioners sent in their atheist nephew to argue with me, I'd be pretty irritated, because that's not what my job is. Pastors aren't debaters. Yeah. Ministers aren't debaters. And most of them don't know enough to have any debates. I mean, look at the professional apologists and how embarrassing they are. They're still a level or two above the average pastor you're going to find. Most of them are monumentally ignorant about everything, about epistemology, about science, about their own religion, beyond the sermons and the thing that they're trying to push. And so, if you ever decide to do this, you need to be honest with the pastor about why you're coming to talk to them and what the goal is. Outside of that, it's up to you. I mean, that's up to you too.
Okay.
I'm just saying you should do that, I think.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of like, because a lot of the things I say to my aunt, like, about this, specifically, I mean, I bring up, like some of the scriptures, like Exodus and stuff like that. And she's like, well, you should talk to our pastor because he would know more about it. And, most of the arguments I have, I'll be honest, I get from you, and, talk heathen and stuff like that. And I just kind of put it in my own words. But,
So you had a conversation with your aunt, and your aunt's like, you should go talk to my pastor because he'll know more. I would have said immediately, why don't you know more? This is your religion. How is it you cannot defend the very book that you're suggesting I should read? Why is it I should buy into anything that you believe if you don't know enough about it to defend it?
exactly.
I don't need to go
And
talk to your
I brought
pastor.
up that point too. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I figured this would be a pretty quick call. I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard to get through, being an atheist, just because, you guys look for theist callers more than anything. But yeah, that was the one thing that I thought would be a kind of an interesting conversation to have. But yeah,
Cool.
yeah, my girlfriend said obviously not.
No, it was fine. It was actually good because there's
It's-
probably a bunch of people out there who are in a similar situation who are asking the same sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with your question. It's an easy answer. And that is, take your aunt to task to whatever extent your aunt is comfortable with it. By the way, she doesn't owe you an explanation or an argument either. But anybody who's like, I need you to go talk to my pastor instead of me, the answer for me is going to be, no. If I wanted to talk to your pastor, I would have started the conversation with them. I know they're not ready for this either, but I'm baffled as to how you can believe something that you can't defend.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel too. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was great talking to you guys.
Thanks,
like
Nick.
I said, long time listener and stuff. And this is the first time I got through. But you guys have a great day, and you guys are done.
Yep, I knew it. I didn't even have to ask. Nick only called in so that he could hang up on us. That's just the way it goes.
Forever.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip for The Line. While you're here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and then share this with that bitter uncle of yours who loves talking about the good old days.